All right, again, today we are going to review points of control and volume. Points of control and volume. I am in a buy on Euro Aussie and a sell on Pound USD. We're going to begin here on Euro Aussie. All right, we're going to begin on Euro Aussie. All right, so here using the volume control. So what I've done here is, of course, this is the basic template here. All right, and all I did was I applied my volume control. All right, so just to explain the volume, over here, you have the volume range. All right, this dotted line that goes straight through is the median, which is the range of the volume. All right, the median range of the volume within that range. All right, it's considered the point of control. This is where the market maker has the control and all the volume held. All right, so again, this area here is the volume range. This is the median volume point of control level. All right, I have the weekly volume applied. So for the past couple of weeks, as you see, the volume has been decreasing downwards. All right, that is also an indication here. Looking at this volume from this perspective, you can see the levels. All right, three pushes down, 3 cycles down, 3 volume control points down. Level 1, level 2, level 3. All right, so that's just what you can see just at a viewpoint, looking back, looking at the data from a larger scale. All right, now, with that being said, of course, now that confirms we're in level 3. So down here at the bottom, as you can see, the range and the volume has decreased. Look at this area here. This is low volume. This is major volume. The major volume is in the range at the point of the control. Okay, points of control are likely to be targets for price action. Okay. Notice how today's point of control seems to point right at the ADR high. All right, that's not a coincidence. Today's range control seems to point right at the ADR high. Okay, so moving forward, with those indications, gives you a real nice insight on potential market moves. So as you can see, today I'm targeting that point of control. Not to mention, there are previous points of control, of course, because if we're in level 3, we know level 3 becomes level 1. And eventually we'll be seeking out these points of control here in these previous volume ranges. Everybody following me so far on just explaining what we're looking at here on this volume chart? Let me get a thumbs up. All right, good deal. So that's simply volume in a nutshell. So knowing where the volume lies gives you an upper hand in identifying future price movement as well as pattern formation. So again, we're in level 3. As you can see, the volume range is here, point of control is here, volume has died out here. We're at the weekly low. We've broken yesterday's low. Broken yesterday's low, Asian range. Breakout, London, New York session, reversal. All right, that's what I'm seeing here, okay? I'm seeing the Asian range, London session breakout, New York reversal. So now let's go into a lower time frame. Now that we have identified the low of the day. Now here with the market profile, now I'm going to change it from weekly to the daily volume. All right. So now here is the daily volume. So we know where the weekly volume lies. Now we're looking at the daily volume. And again, you see we have the range here. Point of control here. Low volume here. Again, we're at the low of the day, low of the week. So we and the bottom of level 3. So what can we expect? A move back up here to take out these previous points of control back into the volume range. That makes sense so far for everybody? Now, aside from now looking at the daily volume, now we can also take a look at the intraday volume, which now is going to point out the volume for the individual sessions. So I've changed it here to intraday now. And here's the intraday volume for the sessions. All right. So coming in here, now looking at a zoomed in view, we have Asian, Tokyo, London, New York sessions coming. But as it forms, as it begins, we can see the points of control. Keeping in mind the weekly and points of control are up here as well. We're at the bottom of level 3. So we know our targets are these points of control back up in this direction. So that's what we're trading. This is the 15-minute chart volume. We can also go in and look at the 5-minute volume here. Again, we're at the low of the volume. Now we can start pointing out our zeros, or zeros, ones, and twos. Here we have a 0. Here we have a new 0. All right. So taking this 0 and moving all the way across. And taking this 0 and coming all the way across. Now my entries are at the very low of the day, and my stops are already in profit. I put my stop right above my entry here. That's why it looks so tight. All right, so 0 point, which is at the low of the day, low of the week, low of the month. This is the lowest point on the chart for October on the Euro Aussie. Everybody good? Anybody in any positions? Let me know what positions y'all are in out there. Gold sell, GU sell, gold short, euro short. Okay, good deal. All right, we're gonna hop over on the pound once we finish this Euro Aussie. So now here with the Euro Aussie, let's go ahead and come back here to the 30-minute. I'm actually going to, I think I have a range. Here's the Asian range. All right. Yeah, I re-entered this Euro Aussie today. I re-entered this morning. Again, here's the Asian range. This red breakout zone. And Malik, yeah, you can grab that. You can grab a position on this Euro Aussie. Yeah, we got news dropping in 2 minutes. We got some news dropping in 2 minutes. I believe this Euro Aussie is finally gonna make its way up here. Going back to looking at it here, I believe the Euro Aussie, excuse me, is gonna make its way back up in this direction. So my Euro Aussie target is ultimately this 609 right up in here. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and hop over on GU. All right, let's go over here to GU. All right, again, looking at it from the volume perspective, as you see, here's the point of control. Point of control right here. That's where I took my sell. I took my sell off of the point of control. Here's the range, the volume range. Notice how the volume is heavy right in here. I'm taking this particular trade on the pound down here to the bottom of this volume range. All right, if I look at it from a higher perspective, a higher time frame, you can see why I'm trading to this volume level. All right, I'm trading to this volume level. If I pull out my Fibonacci from the top of this volume level here to the bottom of the volume level, look at where we're at now. We're sitting right on the 61.8, which is perfect for the sell. $61.8. Oops. 61.8 right here. Perfect for the sell. As you see, my entry is perfect. So that's why I've entered there, and you can see why I've entered there. Using the volume data, I was able to identify that. Everybody following me? Again, all these templates will be released within the next week or two. So I'm ultimately, as you can see here, ADR projected low is here, but the volume is much lower. Volume low is here. Point of control is here. Point of control is here. Point of control is here. We didn't reach this point of control. We're likely going to come down here to this point of control. Everybody following me? Let's go also take a look at gold. Here's gold. We'll put the volumes on gold. As you can see, we're coming off of a point of control level here. we're coming off of a point of control level. I'm actually going to take a sell here on gold. Just going to drop something light in there. My stop's going to go above this point of control level. My target is going to be the bottom of this volume. Now, aside from just eyeballing the bottom of the volume, I also want to focus on the structure that lies there, because ultimately price is going to the structure that was created. If we look here, here's a 0 point. Here's another 0 point. Here are 2 more 0 points. All right, so ultimately, if we lock out that structure, it lies here and here. So ultimately, we can take gold to here or here. That's why I've got my target level set at 1730 and 1725, right in that area. Everybody following me? Again, as you see, once you know what to look for, it doesn't take all day. Okay, trading does not take all day when you know what to look for. A lot of people are intimidated by trading because they say they don't have the time. Well, they're just foolish in my opinion, because it doesn't take but 20 minutes when you know what you're looking for. That's it. So as you see, gold trade is already in profit. We're moving. Everything's in profit. I'm up $1,000 and I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. Here's the Euro Aussie. As you can see, that position there is super clutch. Down here at the low. UCAD going ham in it. Yeah, remember UCAD and gold are inverse. So they're always, when the volume is in there heavy, they're always going to do the opposite. All right, let's go back and shoot. What do we want to look at now? Everything's in profit. XRP. Okay, 1 second. Let's pull up XRP. All right, let's pull up the volume in here on XRP. So here's XRP. Now, looking at this structure, this was a whole cycle down. So this would be level 3. I just eyeball it. I could see right now, this is level 3, becoming level 1. So we know after level 1, we'll get level 2. And then ultimately level 3 will bring us back up here to the previous peak. Now looking at it from a volume perspective, right here, we've got volume structure here, both volume ranges in the same place, both volume points of control in the same place, another volume range here, and a point of control. So if we know we're coming out of level 3, becoming level 1, then this point of control was likely just hit. It might be retested as support, but ultimately we're headed this way. That makes sense? Good deal, good deal. Let's see, what other pair can we go over real quick? Also, if you take a look here at where price currently is here on XRP, Here's the range. With this area being here, look at that volume right there. See that volume here? UJ? Yeah, let's take a look at UJ. See, I got it down here somewhere. Ooh, here we go. Here's the UJ analysis. We started it the other day, but we didn't actually place a position on it. But looking at it, it still played out basically exactly how we wanted to. I think we started looking at it right in here. We got that swing. We got a little retrace. Hopefully, if you were in there, you were able to take profit up there, because now we were able to present another entry. What it's likely going to begin doing is this, and then this move. All right, now let's pull up another chart. I'm going to look at it utilizing the volume. All right, here utilizing the volume, as you see, we're coming right off of point of control now. So we can actually enter UJ. Now, let's go ahead and analyze this for position, but it is a buy. All right. Also, look at the RSI for confirmation down there. It's green. And give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. But UJ is a buy. But we'll do the full analysis on it to confirm that buy in just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another cup of coffee and another cigar. All right, I'm back. Okay, so back to UJ. Yeah, it's roll up 30 for sure. For sure. I had rolled some up, pre-rolled some, so I just grabbed one. I'm good. I had rolled up about 3 backwoods before I started this morning. Just left them in the living room. But okay, so yeah, looking here at the UJ, looking at it from a volume perspective, even after, of course, we already did the analysis over here on the naked chart, but using the volume for assistance, again, the indicators are used to assist your already done analysis, not to confirm or give you any analysis. They just pretty much confirm and verify what you've done over, for example, over here, like we did the other day on this naked chart. We already did this. We already know where the structure was. We already know the field points. We already know the directional bias. We already know the patterns. Looking at it from a volume perspective just confirms that information. As you see, we're in an upward move as far as volume is concerned, as well as bouncing off of the points of control, which are identified here at the median of the range ranges, or the volume ranges. So with that being said, we're moving up with a bullish pattern, which gives us the idea that price is actually still continuing to move up. Now we can also come in here and look at volume on the shorter time frames, just to see what's going on here. Here's the 30-minute volume. As you can see, we can see what's happening right here. Price is continuing to push up. So for this example, I'll go ahead and I will enter a buy here on USD/JPY. And I will put my stop. Of course, we know to put the stop below the low of the day, but knowing that, as well as we're in a buy position, as well as being able to see the points of control, we can put our stop even tighter here. Again, if we look even closer, just for naked pattern confirmations, we have a 0 point here, which means we can put support there. All right, everybody following me there? Everybody understand what I just did with that situation? Now going back to review the Euro Aussie position, clutch. Going back to look at the gold position, clutch. Going back to look at the pound. Let's look at the pound and see what's the hold up there. Let's chart this one. Okay, let's go back and look at pound and see what the hold up here is. Again, I'm looking at the volume template. All right, looking here at the volume on here, this 5 minute with pound USD. Here was the top of the previous volume range yesterday. Here's the current top of the previous volume range. So with the hold up, as we have now identified, is the top of this volume range, which is also the top of the Asian range. So with that being said, in the next 15 minutes, we'll likely come down or bounce again. So what I'm doing here is now I'm going to move my stops in profit. Just to protect the risk from a potential retrace. Although based on the patterns in the cycle and everything, we're still falling. But that's just a risk management technique. Put your stop in profit at all times. Once price has passed current structure, then you know it's safe. You don't want to move your stop until price has passed structure, because it's always vulnerable if you move it too early and get knocked out the trade, and then the trade go in your favor. But in this situation, it's just to protect risk. Like even still, I could go ahead and exit that position just so I don't even have to take any decrease in the profit that I've already seen there. That trade's a winner, and now I'm just in this one. Okay, good deal. And even still in this situation, I could also even come in here and take partials. So I could come in here and go ahead and grab partial off of that trade. And now I'm just riding clean. Even over here on the Euro Aussie, down here if I wanted to. Both of my stops are already in profit, but if I want to, I can go ahead and close one. I'm not going to because they're so clutch down there. But again, I'm using a, I'm gonna pass an FTMO challenge right here live over the next couple of days using this particular account. Well, of course, you know, it's 15 days minimum, so I'm just gonna be using it over the next couple of days. Just to show you guys. It's pretty simple. And like I said, it doesn't take all day to trade when you know exactly what you're looking for. Email. I just put it in there in the chat for everybody. Okay, yeah, make sure you're putting your stop loss and profit after structures broke. The reason I moved my stop in profit so quickly on these particular trades is because as it was pushing the low, I wanted to make sure I grabbed the lowest point. And as soon as that lowest point turned profit, I went ahead and moved my stop in profit. Because of course, as you see, this is the peak of the peak of the peak. This is like the low of the month, low of the week, low of everything. Although my stop is right there, my trade's still in profit. You can't even see my entry. But it's 100% risk-free right now. All right, let's go take a look at, back and look at gold again. Okay, here's gold. Gold fell off pretty nicely. Notice how it fell right off of that point of control. Everybody see how it came right off that point of control right here in the median of this volume? Shoot, what pairs did we done? We did pound, we did UJ, we did gold, we did Euro Aussie. Give me another one. Anyone. Except GJ. I hate GJ. Don't give me GJ. NU. Okay, I can fuck with NU. Also, speaking of which, let's go in here before I go over to NU and A. I'll do AU too. I'll do Aussie too. Before I move over there to, and just FYI, Euro Aussie and Aussie USD move opposites. Euro Aussie and Aussie USD move opposites. So with Euro Aussie being up, AU's moving down. But we're gonna go over that in just a second. I'm just gonna find structure here on this gold to even see if it's time to move our stop and profit. All right, looking at here, it's not quite time to move our stop and profit, but once we begin to continue falling, like if we look real quick and notice this is a zero. This is a zero right here. 0, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with that being said, of course, we can mark that as support. Now that it has been broken or it's being broken and tested, it'll likely become resistance. So once price begins to dwindle down some more, at that time, I'll move my stop and profit. But for now, I don't have to move it. I don't have to keep it here. I can actually leave it right here or so, just so it's still not as wide as risk as this. I could put it like right here, but I'm not gonna move it here until price breaks down from here, because then this becomes structure and the stop right here is safe. But I'm not gonna move it just yet. But let's go ahead over there to, what did I say? NU. Again, notice same strategy, same pattern, same markups on every chart. And I'm at the point where I don't care what chart I'm looking at. I don't like GJ. Fucking hate GJ. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, here. Let's look at it with volume. All right, looking at it with volume. Here we've got volume, a volume range here, a volume range here, which is big, and a volume range here. Point of control here, here, and here. All right, this is the weekly point of control. Let's look at it on the 30-minute. Here on the 30-minute, keeping in mind where the points of control and volume ranges are on that higher time frame, you know it's pushing down. Now we can look here at this 30-minute time frame and see that here's the low of the range control, or the range of the volume. Here's the point of control. Looking at structure, here's a 0. So I know I can drop a support or a resistance level there. It's going to be support in this situation. It was broken and turned to resistance here. So right here, it's testing both. So it's either going to become support or resistance right here based on the last role that it played, which was resistance. This is likely going to true hold resistance too, and what we'll end up seeing right here is an M pattern. All right, so let's go in here. We can get in a little closer and be able to see that. Now I'm going to switch my volume from weekly to daily. All right, now I'm looking at it from a daily perspective. As you see, here's the top of this range. Here's the top of the current daily range. So now let's go into the 15. Here on the 15. Starting to paint our picture for us. This is what we'll be looking at right here. So based on what I'm seeing here, knowing what time of the day it is, knowing that the cycle's down, knowing that we've already set the high of the day, as well as knowing that we're likely to get an M pattern right here. Also knowing point of the control is here and here. It's safe to say I'm gonna go ahead and drop a sell right here on New Zealand. I'm gonna wait till the end of the hour, but I'm gonna be prepared to drop a sell right here. And that's to continuate this here. Now we can also go ahead and if we want to be even more precise, of course, which we need to at all times, be as precise as possible. Now we can start looking at our zeros, look for zeros. Where are the 3 most recent 0 points? We got 1, 2, 3. So with that being said, I'm gonna pull out my Fibonacci. I'm gonna go from this point, this first one to the second one. Boom. Now I've got verified resistance here and here. Now I'm going to, and I've got confirmed that A to B was good. Now I'm gonna take my fibs and go from here to here. Now I see that right now we're at the 61.8. Here's a 61.8 and 50. If we break these levels, I know we're coming down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I know I should have went ahead and clicked it, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop that sell there. My stop's gonna go right here. Target's gonna be down here. Notice it's gonna be back at this previous 0. Everybody follow me on that? NU? Like I said, it don't take long. If you know what you're looking for, it takes 5 minutes. It's just the practice and consistency to make it 5 minutes. Make sense? All right, shoot, what's next? What was the next one? Aussie USD. Aussie USD, where you at? Okay. Aussie USD. It's gonna be a sell. Like I said, it's gonna be doing opposite of Euro Aussie. But let's go ahead and break this down. This is a sample template. It does have the volumes and ranges, but I'm not done building this one yet. So let's go ahead and use the generic one here. All right, here's the weekly volume. We're on top of the point of control, so yeah, it's likely gonna come busting down. Again, NFP is gonna really affect the market today and tomorrow. We might see the massive shift today. Hopefully we see it today. But we'll see. I'm not gonna take a position here on Aussie. I'm gonna let everything else ride. I got a pretty decent amount of risk open. Indices, yeah, it's all the same. Same strategy, same technique, same chart, same patterns. You know, I'm a risk control freak, so I don't tend to trade the indices, but they're the same. They're the same. I could trade them the same way. I just don't be feeling like dropping pennies and shit all the time. I have my shit set on standards, and I ain't dropping no standard on the index right now. So I don't even really fool with them. But yeah, read them the same way. They're no different. I know a lot of people act like there's a special strategy to read indices, but it's just pattern. It ain't nothing more than pattern. It's like everything else. But of course, you can drop a penny on them indices and make a little grip. I just don't be feeling like going in there because I'll come over here to auto trade and my shit will typically already be set on $1 and I just start clicking. Drop on them. But yeah. And that's how that goes. But ultimately, this Aussie USD is definitely a sell as well.